of the female actors were asked to take a cut while the male co-star wasn't. Also,
Yeah, because it looks like the pandemic only I feel like most people only realize that the pandemic has hit them when they had a female led film they were supporting. Because I've never heard of any producer going and telling a male co-star of mine कि यार COVID की वजह से आप fee cut ले लो. And it doesn't happen, but it's expected from all of us, which I feel is ridiculous.
For all film related interviews, reviews, and content, please like and subscribe to Pooja Talwar. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram.
Bhumi, lovely seeing you. How have you been?
I have been great. I've been a bag full of nerves. I'm going to have a release of a film that has been so close to my heart, and I'm not just saying that because the film is releasing. It honestly is one of my most special films. It's right up there with my first film, and whoever knows me knows what my first film means to me. And so I'm just very excited, nervous, can't wait for our labor of love to be out in cinemas. So yeah, I'm in promotion mode.
So your co-star actually has said that this is your career best. And I've seen your filmography since your first film. So, I mean, career best. I mean, I've absolutely enjoyed your previous performances as well.
I mean, the other thing is that I have always tried to do work that challenges me. I have always wanted to be part of films that genuinely move an audience. So it could be through laughter, it could be through emotion, it could be through fear, or whatever it is. But Haido, it's such a humane story. It is, and it's so personal to me because I have many friends and family members that belong to the LGBTQIA community. I have been a part of many coming out stories. I have been a part of many nights where my friends have felt discriminated and where they have not felt accepted. And I felt helpless. So I can only imagine how they must feel. What's beautiful about Badhai, though, is that yes, it is very true to the franchise where we are speaking of a subject that has a lot of stigma in the society, that is a complete taboo, and we are saying it while we make people laugh. And when I say laugh, it's really funny. But it's not funny at the cost of these two people. It's a very sensitive film, and I've had many opportunities in the past where scripts have come my way, where I had an opportunity to play a member of the LGBTQIA community, but the politics of the film did not make sense to me.
Yeah.
This was the first time where halfway through the narration, I was like, what? Really? Finally, there's something that's happening that just tick marks most boxes for me. Look, I can't speak for the audiences. I feel cinema is a very subjective experience. It's a very personal experience. So I don't know, I mean, I hope that the audiences feel the way I feel. But that's why this film is so special for me. And I really feel like I have really been as honest as I could in the film.
Absolutely. And also seeing your filmography, is it a conscious decision or has it just happened unconsciously that each one of your films has addressed a socio-cultural issue, has come with a very strong message? I'm going through your filmography. I said, Bhumi ne aisa koi picture ki hai, she's just done it for the heck of it. Nahi, everything has come with a very strong message.
Yeah. I feel look, you do films that you relate with, right? You do cinema that you understand. This is a cinema I understand. I am, because I'm living my dream, I always wanted to be an actor. So I am that commercial masala girl. But I feel that comes with responsibility. And that's the kind of cinema I want to leave behind. And so I feel just subconsciously, maybe these are the movies that I choose because, while you entertain your audience, it's very important to leave them behind with something just more than a few laughs or a few tears, and that's what I'm striving to do. So it's not about how many films I do in a year. It's not about how long my role is in a film. It is about my contribution to the society. It is about my contribution to cinema and my contribution to myself as a human being. How much am I growing as a human being after being a part of that experience? I feel that's extremely important to me.
And that's really interesting to know because there are actors like you who actually very strongly feel that through their craft that they need to make a change. And also, what I liked about this film was, it's very inclusive. Like, who's playing your partner in the movie. It's
Yes.
nice to see someone else. Like,
Yes.
it just seems very comprehensive and inclusive. Also, do you feel going forward we are going to normalize such narratives? You had Vani recently
I
played a
hope.
transgender.
I really hope, I truly, truly hope. And, how do you normalize things? I mean, look, we are at the start, we are at the beginning leg of it. And that's why, we feel like we put so much pressure on normalizing the conversation. The reason we also did the film was exactly that. But I really hope that eventually, through cinema, through conversation that happens in the media, in art, in every field that can change the society, I really hope we reach a point where you do not look at this as an abnormality. Like a person's sexual preference, a person's identity of their gender does not define who they are. It is your characteristics as a human being, as an individual, that define the person that you are. So I really hope that even after people watch the film, if there's anybody who is in a dilemma, close to watch Sumi and Shardul Raj and my character going through, I really hope they find some courage. I really hope that families that are not accepting of of their fellow family members that are in this situation will be forced to think, and that's how you normalize the conversation.
And for an actor who actually in the last 2 years, when there were many who were waiting for the films to release in the theaters, you had back-to-back releases on the streaming platforms, which was,
I did.
Now,
especially, 2020, I had 2 films, and now I'm starting off with, Badhaido coming in cinemas. And, I'm very hopeful that's going to be a good year because I have good work coming out. All of 2021, I've done some really potent worked with directors that were in my bucket list, so it's been good. It's been very, very good for me.
And also a lot of actors have said they have gauged the audience, what they want to see. And now with everything opened up, it's a lot of responsibility also, because I'm sure even when you say yes to a project, you'll also say, "Ye pehle nahi hua hai." Am I giving people new? Has that also happened?
I think that's been a check for me since the very start, right since after my first film, that's been a check for me. I don't want to do anything that's been done before. I don't want to do anything that I have done before, but I still you don't know what the audiences want. I know when I read a script, if I like it, and most of the times it has worked. So I feel like the moment I start thinking, acha, audience ko ye chahiye, I really feel like, in our fraternity, we really underestimate the power and the intelligence of our audience. It's the same audience that has celebrated really high on content shows, the same audience that has also really celebrated a very highly commercial out there film. So it's not about what they want. It is about the honesty with which you make your product, whatever genre it belongs to. And we hope that you will find an audience that will accept it.
And also you stand for a lot of things personally as well, other than addressing what you do in your craft, but also personally, whether it's women empowerment, for rights, climate change, whatever. You stand for a whole lot of things. But as an actor going forward, what is that one thing that you want to see change in the industry vis-a-vis women actors, whether it's narratives, whether it's stories, whether it's...
I feel our narratives have become stronger. If I see the work that my colleagues are doing, be it Alia, Taapsee, Kriti, for that matter, anybody, I feel like they're doing a lot of films that are driven by female characters. But having said that, I feel it's not about the narrative as much. I think it is also about the correct representation that is required. And it has a lot to do with more women working in places of power behind the camera as well. I feel in front of the camera, we found our place, but I really want to see more female directors. I want to see more women writing the story and the narrative. And, eventually it's not about whether you're a man or a woman. A film is a film and a creative person is a creative person. But one thing I would definitely like to see a change in is the pay parity. I feel it's such a long fight and it's something that really troubles me.
I know, because a lot of people said that, many of the female actors were asked to take a cut while the male co-star wasn't.
Yeah, because, it looks like the pandemic only, I feel like, most people only realize that the pandemic has hit them when they had a female-led film they were supporting. You know, because I've never heard of any producer going and telling a male co-star of mine कि यार COVID की वजह से आप free cut ले लो. And it doesn't happen, but it's expected from all of us, which I feel is ridiculous.
But you know, the way women are ruling the roost, as they literally say, and all of you headlining these movies, I think it's high time that they just cut that demarcation.
We hope so. I feel we
Yeah.
all are like working towards it.
And it will happen if all of you are at the helm of it. And now after this, you have Raksha Bandhan. Now it's going to be bang opposite. Am I going to see all masala, or Bhumi is also going to get a strong message in there as well?
I don't want to give a lot away about the film, but you know, my ethos is not about doing it. Even if it's full masala, you will be left behind. Like even if it was a Pati Patni or wo, I feel Vedika, the character that I played, was an extremely empowered woman. You know, or even in a toilet take prem katha, you know, it is like an Akshay Kumar pot boiler, but the film stands for something. So I don't want to give out a lot about Raksha Bandhan, but yeah, I would never do a film that just.
Well, I totally get that. If there were people like you, and I'm sure all that you aspire for will fall into place. So quickly before we go, describe yourself in a hashtag.
In a hashtag, ambitious.
Okay. What does Bhumi do on at duty free now, since travel has opened up? Duty free. What do you do when you
I would buy makeup, food, alcohol. I don't know if I say alcohol.
You'll beep that.
Makeup and food.
Most embarrassing moment?
Oh, there have been many. I recently had one. Or I just came in from Lucknow and I had a really bad fall at the airport.
And did people click you say, "Ye to Bhumi"?
No, thank God not. Thank God not. Because of the mask, you know, we all are little protected.
If your life was a musical, what would it be called?
Life is beautiful.
Lovely. Your food fetish?
Oh, I can't choose. Just food. Food is my fetish.
Which is that one ingredient that's always part of your meals then?
It's a tough one. Rice. I feel rice is always a part. So be it Japanese or Indian or anything Mexican, I just have rice in all my meals.
Okay. Best advice you were ever given, and one advice you wish you had never taken?
Best advice that I was ever given was live in the moment. You know, life is truly very short. Cherish today. Cherish today. I feel especially post the pandemic, I realized how important these words are to me. And some advice that I shouldn't have listened to was, you know, at the start of my career, many people tried to make me forcefully fit into a bracket that I've very strongly tried not to fit into from the start of my career. And I had moments, you know, where I kind of, you know, dug my out, but I'm glad I actually didn't listen to that advice. Yeah.
For someone who's not allowed herself to get bracketed, that could also be very challenging at times. Don't you think so?
It was, but I feel my first film and then whatever happened after that, Toilet Ek Prem Katha, Shubh Mangal Savdhan, you know, when your films work, your confidence increases. And it happened to me right at the start of my career. I had like 3 or 4 films of mine, you know, actually more. I think right until Pati Patni or Wo, I've had a golden run, you know, till all my releases. Even Dolly Kitty or Wo Chamak. So my films have really been loved, and I feel that gives you a lot of confidence.
Okay. Lastly, director, the length of your role, or the script? Which is that one factor that makes you say yes? The other could be
script.
Wow. So, anyways, Badhai ho. We'll all watch Badhai do. So, well, keep the flag flying high and all the way best.
Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoy the film.
I absolutely will. I'm loving the trailer, whatever, you know, I have seen. And I'm looking forward to it. And I hope to see such more narratives. I think it's going to change the conditioning as well. Because we're so used to seeing.
I would love to know what you felt of it. Please do let me know.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
If you've liked this interview, please like, share and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram.